NHL regular season recap night 145. Not many games tonight, but some pretty good ones nonetheless. We kicked things off between the Blues and Bruins, and surprisingly, the Blues kind of dominated the Bruins in this one. They did get outshot pretty heavily, 37-22, but Joel Hofer held them in big time, and they took advantage of their opportunities in a very efficient manner. Kapanen and Robert Thomas both scoring in the first, Hayes and Saad in the second. It's 4-0 after 2, and the game is pretty much over. David Pastrnak would net his 41st of the year to make it a 4-1 game in the first 2 minutes, but Alex Toropchenko with the empty netter with 8.5 minutes to play in the third. Shout out Coach Jim Montgomery for that one. And it's a 5-1 final here for the Blues again. Hofer was fantastic, 36 of 37 for a .973 save percentage for the youngster, while Jeremy Swayman 17 of 21 for an .810. Not his best showing, but again, the Bruins are kind of coasting along here. Very likely that they end up facing off against the Leafs on home ice in the first round of the playoffs, which historically works out pretty well for them. So they do drop this one by a final score of 5-1, but really not the end of the world for them. For the Blues, though, a very big 2 points as they continue to march toward an attempt at the playoffs. The Rangers hosting the Devils, and once again, the Devils are just not able to get it done tonight. Their playoff hopes continue to dim and dim. No goals in the first period in the debut of Kaapo Kähkönen. He was actually pretty good tonight. Definitely not the problem for New Jersey. But in the second period, Mika Zibanejad and Eric Gustafsson, of all people, making it 2-0 Rangers after 2. Simon Nemec would score with about 2.5 to play, but Vinny Trocheck on the empty net makes it a 3-1 final. The Rangers were really the better team all around. They outshoot Jersey by 6. 26-20 were the total shots here. Quickie goes 19 for 20, while Kähkönen goes 23 for 25. Both goalies pretty good. The Devils just not able to get the goal support needed to at least force this game to OT, and of course, definitely not enough to win it. A 3-1 win here for the Rangers. The Jets hosting the Washington Capitals, and it was not an overly busy night for Connor Hellebuyck, but he does net a shutout, 23 of 23 for him, while Lindgren goes 26 of 29. 1 goal in each period for Winnipeg. Pionk in the first, Iafallo in the second, and Kyle Connor in the third. Josh Morrissey had a pretty solid night here as well. The Jets, all in all, just looked like the significantly better team despite the shot disparity not being all that high. Really just controlled the pace of the play, controlled the neutral zone pretty well. Just not really much the Caps could do. They kind of got smothered in this one, and that's the style of hockey that the Jets want to play. Again, looking to climb into that first spot in the Central Division. They're not quite able to do so tonight, but if they keep this up, they will certainly be able to. They looked very, very good. It's a 3-0 final here for the Jets over Washington. The final game of the night here, another 3-0 shutout, this time in favor of Dave Riddick and the Los Angeles Kings over the New York Islanders. No goals here until about midway through the second, where it's Adrian Kempe with his 20th of the year. Phil Deneau adds the second Kings goal about 6 minutes into the third, and then Trevor Moore with 2.5 to go adds the empty netter. Riddick goes 26 of 26, while Ilya Sorokin goes 22 of 24. Not a bad night from him, but of course, you can't win if you don't score, and that was the case for the Islanders here. Tough loss for them. They're amidst their own playoff push here, so you'd like to see them at least secure a point out of this, but unable to do so for the Kings. It's a big win for them. They're trying to stay ahead of at least Vegas, maybe catch back up to Edmonton. I don't know if I see that happening, but either way, they will definitely take the 2 points here, and again, just kind of a tough loss for the Islanders, but they'll catch back up later this week. That's going to be it for NHL regular season recap night 145. Crazy that we're already this far in. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow for, as usual, a much bigger Tuesday slate.